Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, here are some very good sub-25 Sq-1 example solves. So, let's straight away get into it. You can follow along with the scramble. So, this is going to be red front and yellow/black on top. Alright, here is the scramble. Now we can straight away see that if we pair these three and this edge with these four edges, we straight away get this case, which means that we can easily, we know with one algorithm, solve the rest into cube shape. So we can do that. Now we can turn the cube over just because we want it in the middle bar in the correct direction. Next, for the CO, we have the one corner case. So we can put this yellow on the top with the normal algorithm. Then we have CEO. So there is the normal algorithm we can use for these three and these three, goes like this. Sorry. And it's also very easy to mess up. So we can do it again. And we got that case again. Slow it down if you want to. I kind of have to go fast. There we go. That was the correct algorithm. So now, for CP, we have the case where we have these two to swap and an adjacent swap on the top. So we can simply do the algorithm to solve that. And then, for EP, remember another thing to know for EP when you're trying to be sub-25 or even like sub-20 or sub-30, you should use only maximum 3 algorithms to solve EP. That's what you're going for. So we have a U pyramid top layer and a Z pyramid top layer. So first, we can swap these two with the algorithm, and then we can swap the other two. Remember, if you always see an edge with the opposite color in it, try to swap it immediately. Here is the next example solve. Alright, so we got a pretty bad cube-shaped case for this case. So first, we need to try to pair up 4 edges. So we can bring this down, and we can also bring this down again, and then we can turn over the cube and add these 3 to that. Or you can also add those 2. Next, we need to make sure that we can get the square kite case. Square kite is a more advanced method for cube shape, and if you want, you can learn it. I will make a tutorial soon. So just for that, we're gonna move these 2 down here, and then move to this adjacent piece, so we have the square kite. And we can solve it with the square kite algorithm. And we can do a lefty slash to make sure that we're having in the correct orientation. Then we can do intuitive CO. All we have to do is just bring up these 2 yellow bars, which you can see that it's 1, and attach it to another one. Now that we have 3 yellow corners on the top layer, we can swap it with this one with the normal algorithm we know. Then for CP, EO, we have these two and these two. So we're going to keep that at the back and do this algorithm. That solves it. If you don't know full EO left, it's necessary for being sub 25, and make sure to check out my video on it. So then we got the most common CP case where we have 2 bars, so we keep them at the back and do the algorithm. If you don't know full CP, then make sure to check my video on that also. So we see for EP, we see two of these with opposite colors, and we don't want opposite colors. So from here, I don't know if you can notice, but you can notice that we're going to get parity. So you can swap these two and swap these two with the algorithm. And then you can swap these two with these two. And then we have the parity algorithm. Parity is totally awesome. Alright, here is the final example solve. Slow the video down if this is too fast for you. Alright, so we already have the square kite shape, so we can bring the bottom layer into position and solve it. Then we can bring this double bar of yellow corners up to that one, so that we have 3 yellow corners kind of like paired up together on the top layer. And then we can do a D2 to move that there, and then we can do the 1 corner swap algorithm. Then we have this EO case where you have the what I call the H or the line, and this L case. So this is the algorithm. You might already know it, or you might use a different algorithm. Just letting you know that we're using this one, and we're also going to mess it up so that we will have to redo it. And then we're also gonna not mess up again. So then this is the same CP case as the first one, where you have these two swapping and then adjacent swap on the top layer. It just goes like that. Really easy, it can be done really fast also. So just like the first scramble, we have a U perm on the top layer and a Z perm on the bottom layer. So we can swap these two. We want to swap this one because it's in the green corners, but it's blue. That's opposite. So we want to get rid of that as quick as we can. And we can swap these two. Do a D2 and solve it like that. And then we just have to do the bar swap algorithm, which is really easy. Just goes like that. Now, for absolutely no reason, just because you guys probably want it, I'm going to do a Sq-1 solve. Okay. Here we go. I didn't mess up the algorithm that time. Let's go. And see if there's any more advanced techniques. And that was a 23.98. That's it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and stop making my cubes disappear. Until next time, see you. Bye.